Daytona 500 victory, because after all, Daytona is the one race everyone wants to win. It's NASCAR's most prestigious event. In its history, will take you back to the very beginning of NASCAR. Let's go to Daytona Beach, Florida. Daytona Beach, Florida. It's 1947. This is the birthplace of the National Association of Stock Car Racing. It was on the sands of Daytona Beach that NASCAR was born. The race was run on these sands until 1958. It was chaotic, unpredictable, and a long way from the modern tracks and super speedways of today. For those who drove on the beach in NASCAR's early beginnings, their memories are hardly anything filled with glory.
Well, I tell you, it wasn't too easy when we was doing it. We look back now and say the good old days, a lot of fun and stuff, but it was tough. I mean, really, really tough. And you look at now, we do from the old school, hey man, look how nice these people riding airplanes, getting to the racetrack, and riding in these air-conditioned trucks with trailers on the back of them, and you know, they stay in a motel room that's got a shower and beds. We didn't do that kind of stuff. I mean, that's how far back it was.
The Daytona International Speedway, NASCAR's premier track. But 1 year after it opened in 1960, it was the scene of a 37-car pileup. Some said, let's go back to the beach. But there was no going back. It's 1984, the Busch Clash. Ricky Rudd coming around dangerous turn 4 went airborne. He suffered only a black eye. It was the same year that Nats Peters and Jim Hurlburt were involved in the ARCA Fireball. Daytona will rough up the biggest of NASCAR stars. It's 1988. Richard Petty has won the Daytona 500 7 times. But in '88, he had one of the worst wrecks of his career. Victory in Daytona does not come easily. But it's the victory everybody wants. Dale Earnhardt, number 3, a 7-time Winston Cup champion. But he's never won the Daytona 500. He was on his way to winning it in 1990 when he broke down. Once again, Daytona's success would elude him.
It's the one you want to win. It's the race to win. There's guys that hadn't won championships won this race, and they've made their mark in racing. So we want to win the race. Richard Petty's won the race. Why can't we?
Dale Earnhardt, once again a favorite to win the Daytona 500. He's won $24 million. He, like everyone else, owes a debt to those early drivers. Drivers like Ned Jarrett. He raced 340 times. He won 50 races. He earned $296,000. By contrast, his son Dale has won only 3 races, but has earned over $3.7 million. Ned Jarrett has won 47 more races than his son, but his son has earned 12 times as much money.
When my son Dale Jarrett won the Daytona 500, I think it was like the 5th race of the year. A sports writer did a little bit of research and said when Dale Jarrett takes the green flag in this race number 5, he will surpass his dad's career earnings this year. Only in the 5th race of the year that he would surpass everything that I did. And of course, I only ran about 6.5 years in what is now Winston Cup. But I won 2 championships and 50 races during that period of time. And yet in 5 races, he surpassed my total winnings.
In those hectic early days, NASCAR had some of the most loyal fans in the world. Every weekend, they would travel down Tobacco Road. Today, it's a major industry. More than 4 million fans attended 30 races last year. That increases the total amount of prize money. That increases the pressure, and that increases the danger and the drama. It has become a billion-dollar industry. Those who were with NASCAR in its humble beginnings feel that the future is limitless.
Basically, there's no limit in the sense of the word that you say, okay, you'll never be as big as baseball or basketball or football, but why not? Everybody has got a love affair with a car. And the situation is how we package ourselves to the general public, because very few people that ever go to a race or see a race that doesn't like it. So like watching a football game, you might not know what's going on, but you enjoy the excitement and all the hullabaloo. Racing's the same way.
I think we can go anywhere in this country. I believe we could go anywhere out of this country. And when they said NASCAR Winston Cup's coming to town, Dale Earnhardt, Rusty Wallace, Bill Elliott, Darrell Waltrip are coming to town, buddy, you'd draw a crowd. I don't care if it was running in the streets.
When they drop the green flag on the Daytona 500 next Sunday, it will start another NASCAR season. Back in 1947, no one would have dreamt that a stock car race could be as big as the Daytona 500. But it is a race for dreamers. And next Sunday, one of 42 drivers will have his dream come true. We're out of time. Thanks for joining us. Look forward to seeing you next Sunday on The Sports Machine. I'm George Michael. Have a good week, everybody.